Am I the whole for prioritizing my brother over my girlfriend? I live in NYC. I am not rich by any means, but I luckily inherited an apartment in my early 20s. So I'm not so poor that I can't afford to splurge for a night if I spend a few months saving for it. Since I don't pay NYC levels of rent, which I do a few times a year, this time I had my eyes on a pretty exclusive restaurant. For example, I made the reservations for two in January. I didn't have a girlfriend or intend on making a date out of this when I made the reservation. Just wanted to casually have fun and enjoy the food and drinks. A few weeks ago, I got a text reminder about my upcoming reservation, and I invited my GF who I've now been seeing for 5 months. She asked where the reservation was for. I told her, and she said it was too expensive. I told her of course it was on my dime, and she still said no, that it was too expensive. She would feel too bad if I spent that much money on her. For the third and final time, asked her, told her I was paying and wanted to pay for her, and she said no. I asked a few friends, and they all had plans or weren't interested, and then decided I would take my baby brother. So the day of, we got dressed to the nines, we went to our reservation. Afterwards, we went to a fancy hotel and swam around in the pool, walked around the city at 3 a.m. Just having fun. Honestly, it was one of the best nights of my life, just being a big kid with adult money with my baby brother. And I told my girlfriend that verbatim when I got back to my apartment the next morning. She stayed the night with our shared cat. I didn't think I did anything wrong initially, but she started bawling her eyes out really heavily and telling me I had no idea how sad it was for her that I went out and had the time of my life while she was alone in my apartment. I asked why she was feeling so sad about it, and she said she thought I was planning something major and romantic, and that she was disappointed that I didn't try harder to get her to go. I didn't know what to do, so I apologized, but reminded her firmly that I invited her multiple times, and she said she really wanted to go but that she just felt bad that she couldn't pay for herself. I told her that sounds really immature. If I offer to do something and say I want to do it, and you say no, I don't think it's cool to cry to me about how much you wanted to go. I tried to explain this to her, but she just cried harder. I don't know what to do. She has never acted like this. We don't argue at all. This is the healthiest relationship that I've ever seen or been in. I mean, I love her. I am really deeply in love with this girl, and I'm wondering if I handled anything about this the wrong way or insensitively. I told her that she was 100,000 invited on my next excursion, and she said she would think about it, but that this ruined the idea of her going on one with me.